got my phone, here we go. Come on, Tall Man Moto, my show. It's on, it's tonight. Better tell all your friends, all the girls and the guys. Better be in attendance, it's a one-of-a-kind, my live stream. We're gonna have a good time. It's the Tall Man Moto. It's August live stream. We're gonna have a good time. Tall Man Moto, August live stream tonight. I've been looking at bikes so we can talk about it. Which adventure should I buy? Wanna know all about it. Thinking maybe I might just decide to allow it. Come and see it, come and be in my live stream. We're gonna have a good time. It's the Tall Man Moto. It's August live stream. We're gonna have a good time. Tall Man Moto, August live stream Tall Man Moto, August live stream We're gonna have a good time. It's the Tall Man Moto. It's August live stream. We're gonna have a good time. Tall Man Moto, August live. Have a good time. It's the Tall Man Moto. It's August live stream. We're gonna have a good time. Tall Man Moto, August live stream tonight.
Matthew's head hits every tree. Corey laughs, he's wild and free. One's up high, one's down low. Best of friends, that's how it goes. Matthew's tent's a giant show. Corey's snug with room to grow. Tree branches slap him, ducks his face. Corey walks like it's open space. Tall and small, they make a team. Different heights, the perfect dream. Mountain trails or forest scenes. Together they're the camping kings. Matthew fetches things so high. Corey's sneaky, ain't gonna lie. Both on bikes, they ride the trails. One's a giraffe, one's chasing tails. Matt's got the sky, Corey's got the ground. Side by side, they mess around. Tall tales told by campfire light. One's towering, one's out of sight. Tall and small, they make a team. Different heights, the perfect dream. Mountain trails or forest scenes. Together they're the camping kings. Tall and small, they make a team. Different heights, the perfect dream. Mountain trails or forest scenes. Together they're the camping kings.
Oh, I was so close. Wait for it. Hold on. So close. And hey, almost got everything done. in the 12-second space. So close this time, guys. Guys, it's the September live. Also, it's kind of sad because it's the September live, which, you know, the year's winding down. We're going to focus on the positive, guys. I got lots to talk about. Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tall Man Moto September live. I'm so excited you all are here. We got lots to talk about. We're going to cover the Zero experience. I haven't seen you guys. Well, maybe I have, but not, you know, in, oh God, this situation since I rode the Zero. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Get Lost, Find Yourself. I just got back from that Sunday. Oh God, the ride back is so horrible. It was like 350 miles, but the experience was so great. We're going to talk about the Norden. I got some updates. And then I want to give you guys an update on that Trail Tech headset because I'm starting to have opinions. They're not all good. Sorry, Trail Tech. It's small groups start out, but I see we got Tall Man Moto here. Carl's in the chat there. We got Critter Moto. It's gonna be fun, guys. Oh, guys, I stopped by Shelter Point. We'll get there. It's a distillery. It's real good. Yeah. Critter Moto has nice shirt, bro. Guys, look at the which way? Look at the shirt from Get Lost this year. Guys, look at it. It's so good. Eric Sweet. Thanks, Eric Sweet, for all your design efforts with Gliffy. Such good artwork. It's so beautiful. I also noticed, you know, it's real lame. It's me and my girlfriend, guys. It's not really, but you know, it's the guy and it's the chick. She's, oh, I guess they're stopped, but I would say she's not riding very safe. Anyways, point is, hi everybody. Welcome to September. Here with me, as always, is my trusty little buddy. Guys, it's Mighty V360.
Yeah, long time no see.
Oh yeah, haven't seen you in so long, buddy. Oh, Kate's Cam's here. Sideways Stands here. Hi guys. What are you doing out there in the wild, buddy? Where do we find you? Are you on an expedition?
Oh yeah. A whole long trip from the house. It's like 10 feet over that way.
Those are some real nice woods that you get to live in. That's delightful.
Yeah.
What's that like? What's it like not living with neighbors literally everywhere and so few trees?
I have a neighbor right there, but he's my drinking buddy, so that's cool.
I don't live next to you. Oh, guys, I found the stupidest thing. I literally, as we were playing the songs, you know what I say to that? Oh, for fuck's sake, they have sound effects in StreamYard now, guys.
Is that a soundboard or is that in the app?
It's right here on the side. There's so many, but I'm trying to not get distracted. That's a really long gong. There it goes. There's applause intense, drum roll bongos.
Wow.
The gong and a boo. That's all I got loaded in. But I'm trying to not let my ADHD get me distracted. I do have a live to do. So we'll just real quick. There's a heartbeat fast, a bounce, audience, laugh, long. I'm really funny, guys.
Wow.
This is ridiculous. Anyways, the point is, Jesus, there's sound effects now. So if you thought the quality of these lives was great before, strap in.
I'm not sure what this comment here means.
Which one? You drink with your neighbor?
No, the one that's on the screen.
Epic outfits for sure.
Maple Leaf Twins.
Oh, Maple Leaf Twins. Well, he's referring to Kate's Cam. But there's only one of them here. So, oh my God. Motorcycles and pancakes hair. He says, hey man, you back up. You know what's funny? He made a comment on Instagram about everyone needs a short stack in their life, and all I could think was you, Dave, and Kate hanging out together.
Oh man.
Anyways, let's work backwards. How was Get Lost? ? Corey, how did you find it?
It was freaking amazing.
Dude, this was the best year. This was the best year so far.
Yeah.
The people were great. I made a new best friend, so nice knowing you. Dude, it was just so good. It's just such good people and great riding. I wasn't a big fan of the dust.
No.
The dust wasn't so great. But everything else was great.
But you weren't sweeping during that dusty part though.
No, I was in the middle. So we went on. So I guess for those who maybe watch this in the future, there is an event up on North Vancouver Island run by our very own Critter Moto, who is in the comments, called Get Lost, Find Yourself. He will also be doing minis, which are a little more accessible right outside of Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. But the, what did he call it? End of year gala this year?
Yeah.
Some people say gala. I like gala. It got a little gala.
There was some gala conversation there.
Pause for sound effect. I'm gonna have to work on being ready for those.
Yeah,
Anyways, now it's a full-fledged podcast. We have sound effects. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. First weekend in September? ? Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah, right around there. It is a fundraising event for a nonprofit called headsupguys.org. 3 years ago, they just started as this growing thing. It is now, we learned at the event this year, headsupguys.org is the #1 resource worldwide for mental health resources. So to give them a PSA real quick, if you are going through some shit and you're just stressed out, or maybe you've kind of hit that point where you're like, I don't know about life anymore, stop by headsupguys.org. And it sounds stupid because it's just a website, but it's literally designed for you to go there when you're in the shit and find some help. So it is, Get Lost, Find Yourself is a very important fundraiser for that. And all of the good that it does aside, it is such an incredible weekend of amazing people and just the best riding that I have found in the Pacific Northwest to date, at least. I don't think I'm going to find some hidden thing, but it's just, dude, it's so good. So we had a lot of fun, a lot of riding. We did, that was Friday? That was Friday. Friday, we did a ride that was just easy gravel, good beginner route. I ran right in the middle of the pack for most of it, and Corey ran sweep for the whole thing. And it was dry, and it was dusty. And there was not a lot of wind, which normally a little bit of wind is a nice compliment because, you know, it kind of does something with the dust, but it just hung right out, just right in our faces, riding right through it. So my bike needs a new air filter real bad. But that was good. And then Saturday, was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday I got to inadvertently lead a group ride, and that was a lot of fun. Did some real bombing on a lookout route. Got to meet my new best friend, Josh, and his fiance, who surprisingly kept right up with us the whole time. So Josh is guy on Fort 9. He borrowed Critter Moto's bike, the CF Moto Ibex 450, and absolutely fell in love. But we had to go catch up to a group, so we were just bombing to catch up with them, and then nobody had done that route before, so route. So I ended up leading the group, and Josh and I were up in front, and we were just getting it to every intersection. And his girlfriend, fiance, was right behind him. And dude, we'd stop, and 5-10 seconds later, she was right there with us. And it was very impressive. So lots of really, really good riding this weekend. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Except for the ride back.
That is
12 hours and 350 miles. My kickstand broke for the second time. Fuck you, Husky.
Well, it is a KTM, so.
It's a Husky. Thank you. Has linkage suspension. Sorry, one more time.
Oh.
Got him. So ridiculous. Yeah, motorcycles and pancakes says it was a good ride with you until you left us. I felt really bad, but I was so checked out on Friday's ride when we were doing gravel because there was just nothing happening. It was a good beginner route. I'm real happy to hear that there were new riders that really enjoyed it. But I was definitely at a point where my thoughts were so gone off into another world that I would like hit a patch of gravel and like snap back to the reality that I was on my bike. And I was like, guys, I can't. This is not good. So I turned around and zipped back. And then I had beers and enjoyed the rest of the evening. It was a good weekend.
You changed the tire too.
I changed 2 tires, 2.2 tires this weekend.
Yeah, you did Pete's when you got back on Saturday.
Yep, I did Swellsman's Saturday.
Or Friday.
I did a bike Friday. Guy bent a rim on tubeless, so we had to put a tube in that. And then right after that, somebody else was struggling to put a tire on. And I was like, have you heard of the Baja No Pinch tool? And I probably sold 3 of those just in that moment. I get no commission, and it's a bunch of bullshit. So there is that.
Yeah.
Yes, I always stand says they were ripping back on Friday. Ripping back. Oh, yeah. When the group came back. Yeah, there was like 4 of them out in front, I heard. But I did the exact same thing with no dust. So I didn't really miss out on anything because it was the same route back.
Yeah, that group ride on Friday had, I think, 9 people, 10 people.
Yeah, it was a pretty good size.
It was a good size group. And then the front was all experienced riders. So yeah, they were having a blast up there. And then they'd stop, and then the tail would catch up. And
that's good though. I really do. I enjoy being able to, and Gliffy's really good about this too, because you don't have arrogant personalities. So you can have a group that has beginners that are worried about being on gravel, and you can have guys that are just ready to rip at 45, 50 miles an hour or more off road. They're on that same gravel. And there's an understanding and a conversation that happens before so that the people in the back aren't feeling like they're slowing anyone down. Everybody can legitimately ride their own ride and enjoy it. And everybody will meet up at every intersection. Everything's smooth and easy. It's nice. It's hard to find a group of people to ride with where, having been the slower rider for a long time, and being with groups, you don't feel like, well, I'm just fucking holding these guys up. Like, this sucks because now I'm just feeling bad about myself the whole time. So,
and the 3 guys that were in the back with me, they were talking about halfway back. They're like, hey, you go ahead. You guys go. We're going to take our time. We're going to go back separately, but we're getting, it's like, nope. We're staying together. We started this together.
That is kind of the fun part about being sweep, is make sure everybody gets home and moving at that leisurely pace sometimes. Also, yeah, Critter says Huskies are known for poor kickstands. That's because you're never supposed to stop. I don't often, unless there's beer. So, no, I ended up to make everything worse, too, I was at the wrong, because I just put Nanaimo Ferry into my GPS, Nanaimo BC Ferry or something, and I just hit the button. I didn't really look at it, and I ended up at the wrong ferry terminal, bought a ticket. I was sitting there and I was talking to a guy and he's like, yeah, this goes to Duke Point. And I'm like, where? I was like, you mean to go to Tawasin after? He's like, oh, there's probably boats that go to Tawasin out of here. I don't really know, man. So I go and I talk to the ticket people and they're like, yeah, this only goes to Duke Point. And I was like, how far is Duke Point from Tawasin? They're like, about 3.5 hours, depending on traffic.
Oh,
I need a refund, and how far away is that terminal? Luckily, it was only a 20-minute difference, which, plus side, then I got to ride the ferry with Chris Nilsson. So yeah. we had some really good, I was really excited to talk to him this week. We had a lot of really good conversation about like parenting and stuff and surrounding, because he's been a stepfather to what do you say, 2 or 3 kids. So it was good to like find a new resource too, right? And that's kind of the whole point of Gliffy, is making those kind of connections too. So it was nice to talk to him about some of that stuff, and I've got a new sounding board for things like that. So it was cool. It was fun. It was a really good weekend. Yeah, Carl says, where can we order Matt's tool? We talked about just ordering a Temu version of the Baja No Pinch and just relabeling it and selling it as Tall Man tool. I mean, yeah. So we'll never do that, but I'll look into it, I'll say. So Get Lost, Find Yourself was super dope. Guys, I do want to talk for a little bit about the Zero. So it went back the Friday before. I looked away and he was gone. I didn't know what to do there. I sent it back the Friday before, which means 2 weeks before Gliffy. Mid-August. Zero showed up at my essential doorstep and said, here's a motorcycle, ride it for a couple weeks. And I said, okay, but I'm leaving in a week, so let's schedule it for a week away. So got it, charged it to 110%. I don't know why it's not just charging it to 100%. I don't know why they have to have the 10%. I think that's dumb. But anyways, I digress. So I charged it all the way up, decided I'm going to go from Bothell, Washington on Highway 9 over to Chuckanut Drive for the locals who know, up to Bellingham, go get lunch, walk around for a little bit, and then I'll come home. A little Saturday adventure, right? It didn't go well, guys. So I got all the way up to Bellingham, went from 110% down to like 38, I think. All the specific numbers obviously will be in the review. But plugged it in up there, found a level 2 charger, which I then learned a lot about chargers, and that level 2 is not just level 2. There's actually different versions of level 2, and you get fast and slow, and it was a very big learning curve. And I learned all this because I sat there for like 3 hours waiting for the bike to recharge when I ran out. Spoiler alert. So got it down to 38%, plugged it in, said it was going to be 3 hours to recharge, 2 hours and 45 minutes. I said, oh, what the fuck? So went and got lunch, walked around, went to Drizzle, which if you're ever in Bellingham and you like to cook, I highly recommend this store called Drizzle. They infuse vinegars and oils, cooking oils, virgin oil, extra virgin olive oil. So like good high quality cooking oil with all kinds of different flavors. I got a chipotle and a mushroom something. But we've got vinaigrettes and oils. It's a really cool store. You can sample everything. They got cheeses. Everything's really Gouda. Where's that boo sound? So I did that, wandered around the bookstore a little bit, remembered that I hate reading, and went back to a check on the bike. It was still like an hour and a half to go. Get a call from the girlfriend. She says she's going. Has somebody offered an extra ticket to the Arlington Air Show, and did I want to go? I said, okay, well, that actually works out because I have only so much range, and I think I can get to Arlington and plug it in somewhere there. So unplug it, decide I'm going to take I-5 down from Bellingham to Arlington. I ran out of percentage by the time I hit Arlington. And when I say Arlington, I mean like just getting off I-5. So literally 2%, no, 4%, 2 mile range is what I was sitting at on the screen. Showed up to a charging station. None of those plugs worked with the bike. So I very hesitantly, not in a limp mode, but limped it at like 25 miles an hour going down the road. All the cars behind me were not happy, I'm sure, but sorry guys. Over to the literal closest charging station, which was an apartment complex. And I sat there for 45 minutes for it to charge enough for me to go 11 miles. From there, I then went down to, it was a Toyota dealership that had another level 2 charger. That's where I learned sitting there about all the different charging speeds. because when I plugged it in there, it was like 9 hours or something to recharge it. And I was like, what the fuck? So in a very frustrated mindset, I plugged that in. I was very upset with Zero. Spent some time learning about chargers, found a medium level charger, got down to Marysville, plugged it in there, had her pick me up. We went to the air show. Now, I want to take this pause to talk real quickly about the pricing. So I paid less than $1 to charge it a very considerable percentage, reasonably considerable percentage, while I was in Bellingham. I paid about 15 cents for the 45 minutes that was plugged in, not even that, to do the 11 miles. Here's the weird catch about these charging stations and why I see it being an issue for commuters. And I'll elaborate on this stuff more in the review, obviously. I'm somewhat trying to summarize. I paid $35 for it to be plugged in at Toyota. And here's why. It's not because it was a dealership. It's because we were at the event. It had long enough to actually fully charge. And then it sat there plugged in. So because I didn't go unplug it and it's now wasting space for somebody else to use, it charged me $5 an hour or something like that on top of whatever the charge was. I ended up paying $35 for that single charge because it just sat there plugged in. And I understand the marketing behind it. Get the fuck out of the way. Let somebody else charge. But as something that I would consider a commuter, I see that to be an issue trying to stay on top. If you get busy at work, now suddenly you're paying $20-$30 because it's just sitting there plugged in and you can't get away from work to go unplug your bike and move it. So that's an issue. The larger thing that I will say is a hesitation talking about the negatives right up front. This is not an adventure bike. And I think they are really doing a very big disservice to their brand and their marketing to call it such. It is at best a mid-range commuter bike. I tried to go on a very basic adventure Saturday. It went poorly. There is, and people will argue, but bear with me in the concept, not the execution. There's no adventure within 30 miles of your house. You know that area, right? That's not an adventure. An adventure is going and doing something different or getting out to a place you don't normally go. An adventure is going out and doing something other than your daily boring bullshit work routine, right? That's the baseline I consider for adventure. I can just go, again, up to Bellingham for lunch, and that can be just a little one-day adventure, right? It didn't manage even that. So what I did learn over the week of having it is if you do less than precisely 74 miles an hour on that bike, you can get about 150, 160 miles of range. If you are doing any highway speeds, 75 miles an hour or faster, it plummets in range. And I'm not quite sure the defining line of that, but it's not great. So for 3 or 4 days, I commuted up and down Whidbey Islands where the speeds kept me under 70 miles an hour. And I will say, to transition this conversation, that thing is a fucking joy to ride. It was one of the most fun bikes I've ever ridden in my entire life. The battery is so far down low. All that weight is just super down low on the bottom. It's not stupid fast. I put it on every setting I could manage and tried to disable all of the safety things. I still couldn't get it to pop the front end up. Because the only option, because it doesn't have gears, right? So the only option is twisting the throttle and pulling backwards. I still couldn't get it to lift, and I would have thought that it would have had enough torque to do that. But going 45 miles an hour, just passing a car on the highway and doing it quick and safe, I looked down and I was at 90. It is fast. It is a lot of fun to ride. When you are on it and you set aside all the other crap about the charging and the whatever, the experience of riding it was an absolute treat. It had super duper road tires. Not that I could have off-roaded it anyways, because that would have been well outside my range. But as a mid-range commuter, dude, I had so much fun bobbing and weaving through traffic, very legally and responsibly, and just riding down the back road highways. It was a lot of fun to be on. So, like I've kind of continually said, I find it to be a very mixed review or a mixed emotion, complicated, whatever you want to say, experience. But here's what I have decided over the last couple of weeks of thinking about it. It's really not Zero's fault because the technology just isn't there yet. Yes, there are little things, and I'll expand in the reviews, that I think that bike should have at 16.5 for a price point, but nothing about the biggest problems are their fault right now because the technology just hasn't transferred over to bikes and they still just need to figure it out. So I would say generally as a summary, I'm excited to see what they do within the next probably 3-4 years, I would venture to guess. Looking at how the auto market progressed with electric cars in the last 10-15, they kind of dialed it in for a while and it was shitty, and then suddenly like everything clicked and things are getting really good as far as range and stuff goes with cars and trucks now, right? So I don't think we're that far off in the electric bike world. So it was interesting. So that's the summary thus far.
So no round the world trips for you?
Yeah, fuck no. I don't understand how they did it. So if you haven't seen it, which one is that? Long Way Up with
Ewan McGregor
and Charlie Borman. Yeah. They did the South America to somewhere. They didn't go all the way to Alaska, right? No.
I don't know. I don't have Apple TV.
No, I think they just ended up in LA. But they came up through Mexico and stuff, and they stopped and charged these bikes. If you charge it overnight and you only go 120 miles under 60 miles an hour the whole day, it's reasonable. But it's just, again, the technology is just not there. If the technology was there, I would hands down hop on that bike and I would haul ass across America. It was so much fun. If I had 200, 250 highway range, 75, 80 miles an hour, bet all day.
Oh, yeah.
I was able to charge it every day at work. I plugged it in. I got it enough to be able to get back home. It was within about 7 to 9 hours, depending on how I rode up. When I started doing Whidbey, which was Highway 20, more back road highway speeds, 50, 55, 60, I had a much better range, and I was able to get up there, charge it in like 3-4 hours, and then get back home. And that was nice because then I was comfortable with like playing and, you know, getting on it a little bit when there wasn't people around to really haul a little bit of ass for a minute. But I really don't, and it's not like a kiss ass thing to Zero, because I wouldn't open with shitting all over how shitty the range is. I'd be much more tactful if I wanted to kiss ass, but I'm never going to. My point is, it's not, I'm definitely not trying to like keep a positive relationship with Zero just by saying I'm excited to see what they do. I really do. I just genuinely think like I'm always concerned about that, and ADHD causes me to overthink it. But I really think within the next like 3 years, hopefully we're going to see either a big progression or a realization that you just can't get that kind of range out of a bike because you just don't have the battery size.
Right.
Unless you go to like a full size weight wise, like a full size cruiser, and you just make a fucking massive ass battery that comes out like, you know, BMW heads to fit the space, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
No.
But it's going to be heavy. So it's not an adventure bike by any means, I don't think. Because I don't think any real adventure, even just like a one-day Saturday adventure, there's no adventure within 35 miles of your house.
I disagree with
you
that.
You gotta go do a little bit of something, have a little bit of fun. If it's a road bike, be clear that I'm talking about a bike that had street tires, right? Like, I don't know, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't around here, but if I was a hoonigan, I've got parks and stuff. You know, I can go have an adventure on a little Zero FX, their little electric dirt bike thing. It just, again, like I know there's going to be a lot of side conversations that we could get into where that is disagreeable, but on the basic premise of an adventure bike, I'm not going to spend $16,500 on a bike that I can't go more than 60 miles from my house without having to recharge it in a day.
That's what MSRP? I thought it was like 20 something.
For the DSR, I think the DSRX is definitely more because it's their top tier.
Yeah.
The DSR is like 16.5, 17.2, somewhere right around there. So that's the Zero experience. I'm excited to put the whole thing together. The people are incredible. They definitely have the right team together. I did not interact with a single person that I was less than super enthused to be talking to. And I think that's really unique for a company itself. And that brought me a little bit of joy. Also, side note, completely not off topic, but if you don't give a shit about anything to do with Zeros, but you just want a motorcycle t-shirt, the most comfortable t-shirts I've ever put on from a brand. And they're long, so they fit me perfect. I threw one of because they gave me a couple t-shirts for free when they gave me the bike, of course. And I threw it on and I was like, oh shit, this is some high quality cotton. So if you're looking for just random t-shirts to expand your motorcycle t-shirt collection, highly recommend the Zero t-shirts. They figured that comfort technology out. What's happening in the comments? Because full ADHD rant. I really ran down the rabbit hole about it. I mean, that's the whole point when you talk about something. But anyways, yeah, Chris says, I know he's trying to stay positive. I don't think I did. I think I got real honest and negative about, dude, I was so fucking mad on Saturday. There is some swearing to edit out.
And I didn't even realize about that $35 charge situation. I knew how frustrated you were just from the charging situation, but not that.
I understand why. I'm not mad about that at all because I left it there for like an extra 4 hours, 5 hours, just because we were at the Arlington Air Show and I already knew they were going to be closed. We didn't go pick the bike up until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So it sat there plugged in from like 4:30, 5 o'clock until then. Because I was like, well, they're closed. Like, it doesn't matter. I didn't know they charge you $5 an hour once it's charged. No. Whoops.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, just back on the generator. Good to go. Mileage for days. Not really, though, because it takes so fucking long to recharge still.
Can you charge it and ride it? Put it in the trailer?
They call that a hybrid.
Yeah.
We talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
To run down just a random rabbit hole as if, nobody expects that. Didn't we talk a little bit about the idea of just throwing a little tiny, like 50cc motor or something in there?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, man, I don't know. Even that, you pushing 750 pounds immediately, but I don't know. It's just, they're just not quite there yet, but I'm really excited to see where they go. But when I was riding it, dude, it was so much fun. There's lots of giggling. So.
Oh yeah.
You don't drop the dead battery, Owen. You just charge it. Duh. I know what he's saying. I'm just poking the bear. Yeah, this is what I said back in the day of electric cars. Until they're good enough that I don't see a difference, I'm not interested. And cars and trucks are there. So
the range is there. The charging isn't quite yet.
Here's the thing, and I'm already spending 5-10 minutes gassing my car up, right?
Yeah.
Like, realistically, it's only double that, 20 minutes, to continue getting another 280. We are talking about like high end, right? These like fast charging. You're still paying big, but none of these cars are cars I can afford, right? A friggin' Rivian, can't afford it, but it's there. I would drive it. And you can charge it in 20, 25 minutes. That's having just spent hours waiting for a bike to recharge. 20 minutes seems really appealing to me. I could sit there, scroll my phone,
That could be
fuck off and take a nap.
Going into a coffee shop instead of going to the drive-through, or going into a restaurant for lunch, or getting groceries.
You can do small things to make 20 minutes not terrible.
Yes.
For the amount of money I'm probably saving on gas, reasonable. And I don't want to get into the whole, everybody just calm down. I see the comments. I'm just saying, we're just talking about the theory of owning. Rivian is there. Dude, I love those trucks so much. Fucking $110,000 on a used Rivian a few years ago. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So poor me will never own a Rivian, but they're there and I would drive them if somebody gave me one. Somebody wants to give me a Rivian for free. Throw a bike in the back of it, call it a business expense. I'd fucking rock a Rivian. They're so cool looking. They sold me at the light bar in the front. Anyways, he's wrong. So there's that. Everything should be two-stroke, says the guy riding a T-Dub and a T7. Oh, okay. This is why I made notes. I did not talk about anything to do with Glivy that were in my notes. So I want to loop back real quick. And Kate made me think of it. Guys, I jumped a fucking log. Well, I didn't jump a log, but I hopped a log. We got bikes over a log. I think that's one of the shorts I've already posted. So if you haven't seen it, it's on an Instagram. I felt like the biggest badass in the whole world. Shout out to Dave. He didn't get his bike over himself, but he did build the ramp. We decided that he is officially the adventure route fluffer because he made us look cool. So there's that. But it was a very satisfying experience because I've been practicing all summer for like little wheelies and stuff to get over shit, right? And then there's this giant ass tree down. And I was like, we're not fucking getting around this. Cade was like, no, we can do this. We just got to build a ramp and do this. I was like, all right. And then he did it first, and his bike caught a little bit because he just doesn't have quite the clearance that the 501 does. Otherwise, he'd have right over. So I was like, all right, I can do this. Okay. And I went, and I was going, and I realized that I just had the clearance to just keep going. My front tire went down, and I was still rolling. I was like, I got it. Yeah, I was so excited, guys. It was so neat. So we did that. That was super cool. I ate shit real good in front of a beginner group. That was delightful. There are these things called cross stitches, and I tried to kind of do a little cool guy move and jump off it from the very beginning. I cannot tell what happened. I thought the front tire washed out. I watched the video back. I landed, so I don't know what the hell happened, but I crashed. I know that part. Definitely rolled down the hill, got up, gas is pouring out of the breather valve that popped off, picked it up, whipped it around. All the new riders are just like staring at me. I'm like, mind the cross stitches, guys. All right, let's go. It was great. It's great. It's a great time. That did not help the 12-hour ride the next day being as sore as I was Monday and Tuesday. But I'm good now. I also realized last night that I'm only 12 years away from 50, and now I'm having a midlife crisis. But that's a whole other thing. So that's Get Lost, Find Yourself. We talked about Dawson Zero. Look, it was a Freudian slip. I just wanted to get right to it. Let's talk a little bit for all those who know. Last month we talked about, and I'm pretty sure I settled by the end of the live. I had already settled at the beginning of the live, let's be honest, on the most beautiful bike that exists in the world. That took a lot longer than it should have.
And
So
I think
definitely.
I think you can turn your mic on when you're off screen.
I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure you can because, StreamYard's the best streaming service. So, anyways, I'm definitely getting a Norden 901 Expedition. I definitely want to buy a 2024 and not a 2025 because the 2025 is a green color and I don't really like it. And I don't want to spend $236 on graphics on a bike that I just bought. So I want to try and find a 2024. But I'm going to wait till March. I sat down, I did math. I'm getting responsible, which is new. It's because I'm only 12 years away from 50. No, it's not.
Yeah.
And I hear you because I had one. I had an all blacked out one and it was Batman's bike and I loved it. Every time one of these catches my eyes, I'm just like, fuck yeah, bud. Oh God, I love them. I would say the Africa Twin is second only to this. But there's just something about the look of it. Anyways, it's because I'm 12 years away from 50. I'm starting to finally think, smart. I'm going to try and wait till March. I'm going to put money away. I'm going to have a big fat down payment. And I did a lot of work over the summer to recover a lot of dipshit 20s me bad decisions on my credit. Well, I've actually been working for the last few years to fix all that. But I paid a bunch of stuff off as a point. So 6 months from now, I'll be in a solid spot to get, a decent rate. Go figure. Because, yeah, I know. Pay cash for toys. But I'm poor. So, big fat down payment. Very small monthly. Very beautiful bike. Very much adventures next summer. So that's the plan. That's where I stand. I was almost going to say at least I can get parts, but I think we're kind of in the same boat, so never mind. It's just so good. Look at it back there. Just look at it. Just look at it just sitting back there. I'm gonna add a custom sound effect, and it's just gonna be me going.
A short one.
Just see if I can get the Norden to just fly by. Guys, I did make an Instagram account specifically only because I want to tag the bike in it. I don't want to do a little hashtag. I thought it'd be fun to tag it. It's not going to have its own account where it like posts things and I pretend like it talks. Somebody else already has that.
Personality?
Not at this moment, but it's Nordy the Norden. Nordy the 901 on Instagram. There is nothing going on, but I wanted to steal it because when you have a good idea, you steal the social media before somebody else does. So that's where all of my tagged photos specific to my bike will live, so I can go to that account, and when I'm looking for a photo, I can pull it up there. Smart. Calm the hell down. Inappropriate. Thank you, sir. Best place for that's a 390. I can hear him having a stroke right now. Okay. Just those three numbers. Kate's what? What am I missing in the chats? Oh. Yeah, that does track. Dude, that's a gigantic one piece. And I know it's probably heavy, but whatever. It's a gigantic, solid one piece.
It's more than a squirrel in there. So you've got a cat carrier.
I want it so bad.
And the litter box self-filters.
Yeah, that's what the little holes are for. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. Unless you ask certain people.
Ragged Roads.
Maybe used to own a 22. Rightfully so. Those 22s were riddled with problems. Every group that I have involved myself in, whenever anybody is complaining, I'm like, what year was it? They're like, a 22. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that checks out. But the 25s they just don't have the same Norden Expedition 2025. They don't have the same like pizzazz. There's something about that blue that just really gets my goat. That's why I don't have a goat. It's gotten. Look at this thing. It's just like, okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend $230 something on a graphics kit. I will. There's none of these 24s left. I would imagine I can find something used with not a lot of miles. I might have to travel, but they just don't. It's okay. It's just something about that blue. I'd be more into this because I do see the design of it and I really like that, but there's something about that blue that just pops just right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were bought by a company known for making 125cc basically scooters. It's totally going to be fine. It'll be fine. Luckily, though, for me, this is a Husqvarna and not a KTM. So, PJ Adventure Moto's here. Hey, buddy. So, that's the latest on that. I'm going to try to not obsessively stare at every piece of Norden content I can find on the internet for 6 months and be present and not go just randomly decide to have an ADHD fit on a Saturday and go buy a bike. The theory here is that the week before my birthday, I can start shopping and set it up so that the Tuesday that whatever dealership or whoever opens, I can pick it up on my birthday on the 10th. So we'll see. We'll see if I get there. It's going to be a real struggle, guys. Oh, by the way, guys, if you don't know, look, it's advertising time. Guys, I have a coffee. It's a me coffee. It's I didn't make it, but I blended this. First gear grind. So if you want a delicious coffee that is super smooth and is still delicious and doesn't get sour when it gets cold, because I specifically thought about that aspect when making the blend, because stupid camping cups never hold the heat. I need to I should just start packing my Yeti again because I have the trailer. I should bring the Yeti mug on the trailer. Anyways, the point is camping cups get cold and then your coffee kind of turns sour and grows. And so I specifically tested cooled off versions and I settled on this. It's friggin' delicious. So if you want a delicious cup of breakfast in a cup is what I like to describe it as, but it's called First Gear Grind, CoopvilleCoffeeRoasters.com. How do you spell Coopville? Well, let me put it in the chat. Coopville. Oh, that's right. I could post links. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, it's got to be a www. Anyways, you get it. I guess I could just put a link to the coffee, huh? What's it like to watch somebody with ADHD, I wonder? It's got to be weird. Oh, he had to bump his prices up. Guys, it went up $1. Times are hard, and coffee is, well, on the list. Things that we pay more for now. So that didn't work either. Why aren't links working?
I don't know.
Anyways, that's it. That's the thing. So just go to CoopvilleCoffeeRoasters.com. It's right there. First Gear Grind. You can see it in the photo. If you don't know what my logo looks like, well, it's pasted everywhere, and I'm sorry you're blind. So for my blind viewers who ride motorbikes, get good gear. That's what we're doing.
So my Motorcycle Adventures wants to know if you're keeping the bike or you're selling
really
it.
Good. Which one? The 501?
The 501. Yep.
Oh, I'm keeping the 501, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, this is not a replacement. This is an addition. If it was a replacement, I would already have a Norden. No. The financing smartness is that I'm adding to the stable, not replacing.
Carl, he's talking about a Saturday in March before his birthday.
Saturday and what?
You were talking about
Saturday's only 2 days away.
shopping so that you could pick your bike up on Tuesday on your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, that's going to be a Saturday before
the
the
week
10th
before.
in March.
March 10th. March 10th, everybody. Oh, also, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Tall Man Moto, if you want to go help fund all my motorcycle adventures.
And
maybe possibly at Norton.
Coffee always goes cold so fast when we're camping.
Dude, I used to get so mad about it. That was specifically one of the things where I was like, I'm just going to fucking make my own like blend. Like, this is stupid. I'm tired of dealing with this.
I mean, unless you have like an insulated mug or something like that you
That's what I'm saying.
No, we're using those little thin collapsible cups and they cool off in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. But I also should definitely start throwing my Blue Yeti mug in my, I don't know why that's never crossed my mind because I'm an idiot, into the trailer. And then whenever I go trailer camping, I'll have the Yeti and I can just make delicious warm coffee that stays hot. Also, guys, guess what time it is?
Time for the peace song?
I believe it.
Livestream high, an internet king. Suddenly he needs a quick escape. Bathroom break, can't wait, mate. Keyboard clacking, motorcycle chat. Audience waiting, where's he at? Cup of coffee, too much to drink. Now the viewers left to think. Tall Man Moto, where'd you go? Bathroom break, the show is slow. All the fans are left alone. Come back soon, don't roam. Comments flowing, scrolling fast. Will he return at last? Tall Man Moto, flush and wash. Live stream now, back on the dash.
Exactly, Carl.
He's back, folks, with a grin. Sorry for the wait, he says, with a spin. Everyone's laughing in the chat. Tall Man Moto's back just like that.
I am back just like that. It's the second time I've nailed that. Where were we? Yeah, the coffee's delicious. So
yes, it is. I run it through
highly
my
recommend.
machine. I love it.
He just wouldn't say anything if it wasn't good. He'd be like, yeah, okay. No, I had a few people try it out this weekend, and all had like, that first look when somebody's like, oh, it's not shit. So everybody who tried it was impressed. I highly recommend it. I don't make any money. I'm just helping this guy out. Actually, no. No, we had a whole conversation when I got back. No, just go, guys. I'm telling you, go buy it. It's delicious. I have a Patreon. I'm trying to promote that more because I should. Sea to Summit X mug. Stop dipping your hand in the coffee.
Which one's the X mug? Is that that's not the one we're using, is it?
Mug. I don't know because it's showing me like 5 different ones. Oh, that's the like really shitty collapsible one. No, you got to get the one with the little metal rings in it.
Oh, no, that's the one I use. And it's, it cools off in like 2 or 3 minutes.
You talking about the metal?
I don't have the metal one. I can't afford it.
Oh, they both cool off really quick.
Because it's got that collapsible.
But he's talking about how it burns his hand. Also, you're supposed to hold the top where there's not liquid. Don't hold the bottom where there's liquid. So you got to hold the top rim, not the bottom part. Oh God, where'd everything go?
Port Alberni toy run this weekend. I don't know anything about that.
On my way. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Yeah. Will get shot. It's not a timely joke. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think about it. Yeah, I don't see. Sometimes I just have realizations. I'm like, come on, stupid.
That's right, Carl. You've got 2
He's
now?
a little mug. Didn't Pancakes win like 9 of them?
Yeah. Actually, and at one point when I drew his name, there was 3 raffle tickets that were still all together. He didn't even
That's good though. He needs
He
a lot
wanted-
of cups.
he wanted a cup for sure.
Wait, what was I doing inclusively? Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah. Would have been inclusive.
Oh, I'm way behind. Oh, good God. Guys, it's been updated. I didn't realize I didn't scroll. Shut up, Carl.
I really hope that it's not the case.
It's going to be fine. I have done
Yes, Owen did say
I've done
that. It's going to be fun.
ADHD level of research, and it's going to be fine. And the kickstand's not going to fall off, I'm sure. Fucker.
Yeah, right there. Everything's going to be fine.
Everything's fine. It's going to be fine. No, I've talked to a number of people who've put anywhere between 14 and what's the highest number was like 36,000 miles, which is a fuck ton of miles for a 23, 24.
Oh,
Yeah. Guys are doing like big touring. I even talked to a lot of people who, I did ride. I think that did happen after the August Live. So I went out with a guy who had an 890 Adventure R. Connected with him through Instagram and got to ride that a little bit. And I watched him take it through like some rocky kind of shitty spots, and it did well. And then I hopped on it and just blindly tested the slide control. Oh, fuck. If I wasn't sold before, that one feature, just full pin throttle, kicked the ass end out, and it just kept it. It managed it. It allowed me to just do what I wanted to do. And then when I was done, I just rolled off and brought it upright. And it was super dope. So I'm all in. I'm super sold. It's going to be great. Yeah. I'm commuting 76 miles each way every day. So I don't want to commute on a 250. In December, I want a nice heated ass and nice heated grips.
there you go. Back to the BMW.
And cruise control. Not for $26,000. Fucking BMW. I'm just waiting for Sideways. I was just gonna say, I was just waiting for him to talk all about the new 701 they just put out. 701 is not a commuter bike. Not in any form or fashion. No, thank you. If I'm commuting, I want to be Harley comfortable with adventure bike ready to go-ness. Or I guess I could say BMW comfortability. But I was just trying to make Owen feel
It
included.
does look like that back there, doesn't it?
Is Louisiana piney? Are those pine trees?
They are pine trees.
They are pine trees.
Pine fir.
Yeah, they check out. Had to consult my expert reference. Look, I want to see, you know what? Because we have the same commute. I want to see you, Sideways Stan, commute from your place to Anacortes every day for the next 3 months. When it starts to get rainy and cold and shitty, I want to see you 3 months. And then you come back and you let me know. The 701 is commuter friendly. Because his commute is not much different. It's a little bit shorter, but it's not much different than mine. Hell no. 750 million pounds coffee runner. Thing's so big. Isn't it like a 1250? Doesn't he have a 1250?
I believe so.
Uh-uh.
It is definitely a commuter bike.
It sure is. but only a commuter bike. Oh, one other list. This
It's
might piss
probably
him off.
the most world traveled bike.
Okay. It's not bombing down off-road shit. It is. I've seen guys do it. It's fully capable. One other thing I want to talk about, and I'm officially going to start communicating it because they happened for the second time. They haven't replied to my email, and they were real quick about the kickstand thing, so I don't know if I pissed them off, but I don't care. Guys, I'm not sold on this Trotec headset. And here's the sole reason why. Is for the second time, while we were at Gliffy, I managed to break the goddamn USB-C cable by hitting a branch while we were doing overgrown shit. So it was like super bent and shitty, but I managed to bend it in there and wiggle it until I got sound. So I was able to have music on the way home. So it still technically works. If I pull it out, it's probably going to fall out. But for the second time, the first one I broke clean off while we were at Tour Tech. But this one just, you know, when a USB cable like bends a little bit but doesn't quite break, but it's bent and it's obviously gonna fucking break. So I sent him an email and I was like, hey guys, happened again. I cannot be their target rider. I'm not that fucking skilled. I can kind of go fast off road.
What's plugging into the USB-C? Is that a mic or the earpiece?
Mic and speakers.
Has it got like 3 different USB-Cs on the outside?
No, it all goes into one cable.
Oh.
So I think I have the range. Yeah, I got the range. Oh god. Oh, this is more entertaining than I thought it would be. Why don't you just stand up? Well, because what's the fun? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was so much stretching. Fucking A. So, whoa. Because it's a high quality camera, this should work. So you've got the 3 cables. So that goes to each speaker and then the microphone. As of turning it off Sunday evening, was still playing me music. It was bouncing around left, right, speaker until I got it in just the right spot. But it was out of the headset with the metal piece aggressively askewed. So I would love for them to try and say, well, that's not technically broken, because that'll be a different conversation. But I shot him an email and I was like, guys, this sucks, like for the second time. So when we were at Tour Tech, I'm out of breath from doing that. I'm so out of shape. The guy who designed it, we got to talk to him. And he went on this whole rant about how he hates backpin connectors because they get corroded over time and it's less reliable or some shit. And this was right after I had ripped the USB-C cable out. I think it was after. I had ripped the USB-C cable out because I caught a branch. And then it happened again this weekend. And it's just so fucking stupid. So I sent him an email and I was like, hey, listen, I cannot be your target rider. I'm not that skilled that I'm the only person. I'm just riding so fast, bro, that this must be an isolated incident. He made a joke while we were at Tour Tech that like, oh, you just got to dodge the branches. And I was, you fucking kidding me? I'm not going to change my riding style because of my headset. Like, so we'll see if they take it under any advice. I can't be the only fucking person in the world with this headset who is catching branches and ripping this thing out. So I don't know. Everything else about it has been pretty stellar. Sound quality is pretty damn good. The range seems to be pretty decent. The durability of the actual like unit feels nice and solid. I love the big buttons. I love the design with the big LED light in the middle so I can clearly see what the hell's going on. I love everything about it except that goddamn connector. So,
and it meshes up with the other brands.
Well, I mean, none of them really mesh, but everything Bluetooths together, and it's Bluetooth 5.0. So if you have another 5.0, you get pretty decent range. I think that's just technology and time and people getting on boards. On board, not on boards, like standing on boards. Just they get on the one board. Everything about it I do really like, except for this stupid fucking connector and, you know, kind of a hinge pin, whether or not I can hear anything. So we'll see. I don't know how complicated it is in the design world to just change that to a pin connector. Almost every fucking brand has a pin connector. So I don't understand. I don't know. I don't get it. But if you're thinking about it, and I hate to say it, but solely for that goddamn USB-C cable, if you're going to do real off-roading with branches and shit, if there's anything overgrown, I don't recommend it. And I want to so bad, but like I'm now down a unit until either they tell me we're not going to send you a replacement because we sent it to you for free to review, or they send me a third friggin' set of headphones and I got to pull the old ones out and put the new ones in and rewire it and struggle with the damn cable to get it through the padding.
First world problems suck.
I mean, obviously, right? Like, yes. But the reality is you shouldn't have to spend money on something to constantly do replacement parts. I see where I'm accidentally walking myself into a conversation about bike brands. We're talking about comms sets right now, just to be clear. So you shouldn't spend money on something to have to constantly replace parts. Specific to, I have, is it a Cardo? I think you put it back. I have a Cardo. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's seen in Cardo, and I had seen it for a while. I have a Cardo. That's what I started with. They sent me this for free to review. So I'm fucking reviewing it right now. If you guys ever thought, oh, well, maybe he's going to not be honest. Fix your fucking shit, Trail Tech. Because it's the second time it happened, and you didn't respond to my email all week. So, dude, they were on it with that's kind of what pisses me off a little bit. And I don't mean to throw them under the bus, but I sounded the thing about the kickstand when it broke. I pulled my phone. I'm like, God damn it. How do I get a new one? Same day, if not, no, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. I got an email back. And then I responded and I was like, hey, by the way, this broke. And let me just make sure. Nope, still nothing. Still no response at all. So, what are we doing?
I think I'm at 5 years on my Cena, and it has a camera built into it.
Well, for safety, yeah. It's not useful for me. It's not shooting 4K. That's what I say to that camera.
Gets downgraded when it goes online anyways.
Oh my fucking God. We're not going to do this. We're not going to have this conversation. I'm not about to Adam you about cameras. Well, actually, love you, buddy. He said 240p. Look, he's on my side. Ooh, Soilsman says FOD Sport is $65 for the win. I would not disagree with that at all. That was the first headset I bought, and I actually really liked it. And it has FM radio on it. Specifically only for the men's room, but I loved listening to the men's room for a good while. And it was nice to have that in my headset when riding home. So I still have one that I bought and never used. Actually, right now, sitting up, I know exactly where it's at over there. In the box, ready to go. We should give it away. Fuck, we all know I'm never going to send it, guys. That's why I stopped doing giveaways. Sorry. I want to be better. I love you all. Well, the thing is to not use the camera on a headset like that. I don't know. Batteries like that big. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. Get an Insta360. I do have affiliate links. I don't ever post them. Get my $5.
Yeah, he does. He's got a 1RS
They stopped making them officially. You can't buy batteries anymore, so I think it's time to upgrade.
Uh-oh. I better go buy my
So I
battery.
have a Patreon. If you guys would like to join, it's upgrading camera equipment on a regular basis. Critter just got his, what is that? An Ace Pro, right? Ace Pro 2?
Ace Pro
Something?
2.
Whatever. Yeah, he just won one. I didn't know people actually won on those. I really just thought that was a marketing scheme to somehow get people's accounts tagged. So that was exciting. Maybe I got to start doing those. Ooh, what a great, he's a good conversation starter. Steph and I were talking about better communications for riding off-road. Nothing works that well when in this trees or around corner. He's not so great at writing, but he's a good conversation idea starter. So Craig, who is, I think I missed a turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's got, and I've seen a lot of people use ham radios, little handheld ham radios, and for exactly that, right? It's like really solid communication through bullshit. And he's got it Bluetoothed. How the hell does that work? It's set up to go into your helmet and use your comm system. It Bluetooths as just a Bluetooth device. And then on the handlebars is a Bluetooth button that's push to talk. So it's all nice and fluid in your headset. But it's a ham radio, nice, good, decent distance. To absolve myself legally, you are supposed to have a license to use those devices.
If you're using certain frequencies or if you're going above 2 watts.
Sure, whatever he said.
So you can, like, they have the little family radios, the little walkie-talkie things, which you can use, and those get
hard to catch me when I'm moving. Just kidding, FCC, don't find me. I don't have one, so you can't. That's honestly, I kind of want to look at. The problem with that, though, is that, like, even, I mean, I guess what's a fucking difference, really? I'd rather buy 2 of those and Bluetooth it to somebody's headset that I don't ride with often. It's not a bad idea, actually, because you can just Bluetooth it to the headset, and every headset Bluetooths. I'd rather buy a second one of those than not have comms because of shitty Bluetooth range. That's not a bad idea, because they're not that expensive. Fucking Amazon has, like, cheapo brands, and they all work well enough to ride in the woods. I'm not trying to talk to somebody in Oregon. I just want to talk a quarter mile down the trail.
You don't want to talk to the International Space Station?
Dude, fuck yeah, I do. That would be so cool. Ace Pro 2, he says. That's what Critter just got. Yeah, use Critters, because I have one, but I don't fucking know where to find it or do whatever. So, Critter Moto's got an Insta360. I don't know what officiate means, but he is an aficionado. So, and discount code. Oh, affiliate. Does he call him is it officiate in Canada? Is there a different word for affiliate in Canada? I feel like it could be a thing. So I'm not trying to be a smartass, just to be clear. I'm not like ha 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 ha. I don't know if officiate is a different word for it or not. Well, he says we need long range. Tell Steph to fucking ride faster.
It was a typo.
Oh, okay. Officiate sounds like a legitimate, like, word that would be like a thing. I don't know. I'm not trying to judge typos. It was a properly spelled typo, so that's why I didn't question it. Yeah, autocorrect. Yeah, that makes sense. 5-watt handheld GMRS radios are supposed to be pretty. I don't know what a GMRS is. That a ham, basically?
It's those little family radio things.
Oh, I don't.
Except I don't think you're supposed to be using 5-watt unless you have the ham. I think you're supposed to dumb it down.
Okay. Yeah, point is, some version of, we'll call it a CB radio. We know it's on a CB radio. Everybody calm down. Well, actually, that seems to be the move.
Yeah.
He said at 75 years old, Steph is doing just fine. That's fair. But maybe, well, then you just need to slow down.
There you go. Yeah.
Or just fucking don't talk to each other and hope he's not dead. These are your options. Yeah, okay. That. What the hell what does GMRS stand for? This awkward waiting for a response thing sometimes is weird. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, fuck. Completely off topic. Has anybody seen, I am fascinated with this. I think this is the coolest. This is the future. Has anybody seen, have you seen, I'll just talk to you about it and everybody else. When, where? What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, let's do it.
GMRS.
Oh.
Ow. Wow.
I got so excited. When are we getting me drunk? Well done. Well done, Critter. Has anybody seen they made Apple made an announcement with there's an AirPods update that is going to live translate conversations. So somebody can talk to you in Spanish or Portuguese or Chinese or whatever, and it live translates it into your ear and you hear it in English. How fucking dope is that? That's the future. That's super neat.
Now, do you have to hand one of your earbuds to them so they can hear?
That was my first question, is how the fuck do you talk back to them?
Yeah.
On the phone, you talk back and it live translates what you're saying back into their language. So they can read what you're saying and you can hear what they're saying.
Hmm.
Or if you both have AirPods, you can just have a conversation back and forth.
In your native tongue, and then that's cool.
And I think it's really neat. I think this is an instant, like, huge thing, like for just baseline, the service industry. Fucking every goddamn kid's got a set of AirPod Pros now. You can be the rock star when somebody comes in and does not speak English and wants to order food. You can just walk up and be like, "Oh, fluid conversation. Here you go, and here's food." Like, it's so cool. Okay, yeah, I did think about that.
That's a War Games reference. Want to play a game?
Guys, we have fruit flies, and it's a problem. Mainly because they fly in front of my face and distract me. But yeah, I think it's pretty neat. He says translators are out of the job. I mean, only if they have an iPhone.
Exactly. And I'm not going to jump from Android for that. I've got Google Translate on my phone.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited to go to work and wander around and be like, "Do you speak anything other than English? Do you speak anything other
Just so
than
we
English?
can test it.
Talk to me." What the fuck are you talking about? Just talk to me. I know you said. Okay, I'm out of topics. That was it. That was my whole list.
Night, Owen.
Oh, see, perfect timing. Owen's leaving. All right, that's the end. Oh, Kitty snuck in here. Has she been here for a while?
She's been
lurking
here.
in the background.
No, she's been in there chatting.
I have not. I've been a big surprise. You guys are watching it happen. Like you don't know. Been on a real ADHD rant about every topic. It's been real like popping today. I had a job interview and it did not go particularly well, I don't think. It was on Teams. I was the only... Oh, good. It was on Teams. I was the only one with my camera on. And they specifically... Oh, Pete's leaving too. Bye, Pete.
He's leaving because Owen left.
Kate knows it works every time. I was on... God damn it. It does work really well. Trying to redirect my brain off of it. I was the only one on camera, and they were like, "Please have your camera on because it's interpersonal communication." They didn't have the cameras on. And so it was like this weird, like, I know it's a media job, but even when you're talking to a camera, there's like, you know, a reporter behind it. So it was just, it was super awkward, and my brain could not fire proper responses to the questions. So then I'm like trying to cycle through shit, and only the dumbest shit is coming to the surface. It's like, oh, answer with this. I'm like, I know this is a bad answer, but I don't have anything to say, and I'm just sitting here silently. It wasn't great. It was not good. It was also a re-interview because government, but not great. He did ask what the name, because I did it with this. I had better clothing on. Not to knock the shirt. I had more professional clothing on. This is definitely better than what I had on. And so they immediately asked about like the setup. They're like, oh, wow. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got a YouTube live later. I was trying to casually flex that I'm at least decent at media production. And so he asked what it was. So he might be just lurking in the background as like a secondary interview right now. So, sir, hire me. I don't want to drive to Oak Harbor anymore. Job sucks. So yeah, it's been popping all day. Just lots of thoughts. Oh, it's Kirk been in here.
About 15 minutes.
Yeah, Kirk is a new arrival. He's on a whole thing about Kirk, Star Trek. I don't know what he's doing over there.
That works.
Guys, what else are we gonna talk about? I can't just talk about the Norton the whole time, Cade.
No,
I mean,
we're
I could,
done.
but
No.
not everybody wants to listen.
No, we're done.
Exactly. Anyways, so like I was saying about how good it is.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get up early in the morning. No,
Me too. Look, no, he's back. Who's back in teacher mode now?
Kirk.
What? Oh, Kirk's back in teacher mode because he immediately followed up with oh no, those are two. Okay, guys, you can't have the same color scheme in your tiny display photo because I'm looking at the graphic, not the name. Just how the ADHD works. Did you see, speaking of my new best friend, Josh posted something with a T7 in it. Whose fucking T7 is that? Why did he not bring that? That can't be his. He's got to be doing something. That's got to be a work thing. He also said he was in Colorado. So, I don't know, man.
He told that story at Gliffy about that.
He's posting old stuff on the new account. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I just thought they were off doing something new now.
No.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Crazy schedule.
Yeah, dude, wild, right? Fuck, I wish.
Yeah, and then
I mean,
Fortnite
tracks with the job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tracks with the job, but
yeah, he went
someday.
up. What's that road they race up in the mountains? Pikes.
There's a lot of them. Talking about Pikes Peak?
Pikes Peak. Yeah.
There's Pikes Peak. There's Mount Washington out in
New
Hampshire, Massachusetts. Pikes Peak is dope. That's on the to-do list in life. What? Is there really that many cows? Well, I guess thinking about editing Dork in the Roads video, I do remember there being a lot of cow puns. So that makes sense. Also, left field. Not that I, mind it. Why do you... That would be somebody's phone.
That's my phone. That's my security camera thing.
Yeah, Jonah says I'm still in awe because I rode the Sherpa that far. Dude, she was so fast too. He and I were both amazed. Like, guys, I blown away. Like, I literally, it was funny because these two are disgusting, by the way. They're so cute. But like every time she'd pull up, he'd be like, Ezra, you're so fast. You're doing so good. And I'm like, no, like legitimately, like he's not just being cute right now. You are hauling ass. But like Andrea does the same shit. I'll fucking bomb and be like, hey, in the headset, right? Like, hey, I'm going to go play. Don't feel like you need to keep up. I don't want you to die. I'll fucking go. And I stop and I look at my rear view to see, or my side mirror to see where she's at. And she's just not far behind me. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, we're gonna get together and do like a super cool couples Olympic Peninsula ride. We'll get you, me, and Ian together to do a weird little 3-something. But yeah, he was talking about.
Yeah, that was a crazy video.
Yeah,
it was a crazy story when he's telling it, and then I saw the video. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah, he's a good rider. It was cool to see how quickly he adapted to that Ibex too. I missed. There was a turn that we came up to, and I stopped ahead of time just to wait for everybody. We came through a shitty section, and we were with a bunch of newer riders. So you just want to make sure everybody, doesn't die. So I stop, and he just comes flying by me and just locked up the rear. And I'm so mad I didn't have the camera running. And just fucking slid the ass end in such a cool, like, pro style. Like, he was full lock on the handlebars and just intentionally just sliding it. Comes to a stop and then turns to me and goes, "Did you get it?" And I was like, "No!" He's like, "God dang it." He's like, "I'm trying to be a cool guy." He tried real hard. And then he tried to do it again while the camera was running. It didn't come out as cool. So, bye, Jonas. But yeah, he's a good rider. He was a lot of fun to ride with. So yeah, I got a new buddy. We're gonna go do the Olympic Peninsula route together. I'm gonna go party with them at their wedding. It's gonna be great. Why did your face turn orange?
The cafe lights just came on.
Oh. Corey, there is a fire to your left. Guys, I've ran out of stuff to talk about. What are we going to talk about? It's time for you guys to pick up the slack, okay? You can't just enjoy my ADHD all night. And you can't just say 901. Somebody doesn't want to talk about 901s the whole time. It's a jump.
Orange with envy, yeah.
About the 901. No. I wish it did. Were your cameras running the whole time? Critter, were your cameras running through that whole ride? No, it doesn't store all that. Does it store all that? It might. If he has a big enough card, it might have stored the whole thing. Critter, did it store all of, does it? Oh, do you have it? You would have to fish through so much footage, but if you could find that slide, the front rear combo would be so cool. God, I hope he says yes. I hope he says he bought a 2 terabyte something and it's like 720p.
It's got 2 weeks of data on it.
Probably. Well, but it would all be time coded.
Yeah.
Because it's built for if you crash, because you can loop it. And it's built if you crash, it locks the footage and separates it. But if possibly he happens to have a big enough card in there that it's recording even like 720p and just tucking all that data away, too, that would be so great. He's really not responding, just telling me. Does it actually? No. Does he have Moto? Okay, anyways, I need you to dig through and find that 1 power slide because he wanted to look like a cool guy. He needs
it would have been Saturday about
It would have been Saturday about
Yeah.
2 to 4 o'clock. Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, that's true. And he hasn't ridden it since, so it might still be on there.
Delightful. We need to get his first person and ass view person slide. Dude, it was a good lockup. He really he was a real pro move. I was so sad that I didn't get it. But anyways, that's that. Oh, yes. Specifically, you leave, when did you say May? May. I think you said May. I will come down in March and make a trip to you. So my motorcycle adventures is in Utah, but he's only in Utah until I think May. April. I will prioritize very close within when in April. Beginning April, end of April. No, he's already engaged. I'm not trying to screw up going to his wedding. It's not as fun if it's my wedding. Can't stand back and enjoy it. Oh, 1 April. Fucking shit balls. Well, guys, got to go buy an Norden now. There's no other option.
You were talking about March anyway, so that just works right in.
I 100%, if possible, will load up the lightest amount of shit that I can. Mainly for space availability. I don't know why I'm looking back there like the Norden's there, but we're going to make it happen. Like right after I get the bike. Because, guys, let's be honest, I'm not going to make it till March. But don't. Let's just pretend I'm going to make it till March. I'm going to go buy a bike in December at the worst possible selling time so that I get the best possible deal.
Yeah.
Listen, you've had this 2024 for a year and a half on the lot. Just give it to me.
Getting ready to bring out the 26s. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not making it till March. But the theory here is that I'm making it till March. So, yeah, that's yes is the short version. Damn it, I didn't even get close. You know what I need is the bug zapper. Guys, I bought an electric bug zapper on Amazon. Highly recommend everybody get. What are you talking about right now? Why are you just Tourette'sing 701 into the chat? Oh, I bought why? He says I bought the 701 in December. 701. Adam, what are you doing? It's like he thinks he typoed. Oh man, could you imagine having dyslexia and thinking you typoed and then typing everything the right way every time? Because when you go and read it back, it's wrong. That's what just happened. He thinks he wrote, I bought the 710 in December. So then he goes to fix it and he writes 701. And then he reads that one. He's like, 710 again. Damn it. 701. Dyslexia is a serious disorder. It's not funny, people. God. 710. Just joking, buddy. No, I sound like 901. Faster than your bike, more comfortable than your bike. Go ahead, talk about capability, because I'll just hop on that. Not the KLR. Not the KLR. I will have the ultimate combination for all the adventures.
No, already got it.
What? The twin and the 250?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but like going faster in both regards. You're short speed adventure. I'm tall speed adventure.
Wait a sec. What was that?
Relative to the comment on screen. Well played. Dude, this one is long.
It just keeps going.
Still
Oh, no.
going.
Wow.
Oh, did you stop it?
I stopped it. I thought.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought it
that was a lot. I will say, and I want to be clear, this is a goal. This is not a statement. My goal is to be able to ride that Norden at the same speeds off-road that I am riding the 501. Based on everything I have watched, everything I have looked at, the bike is fully capable. It is the rider, obviously, who will determine it. But that bike, for what I do on the 501, the Norden will do the exact same thing with the exact same quality. So
Yeah, but the same thing goes. Like I've seen people on the T7. I've seen people on the Twin.
yeah,
And shit that I wouldn't even. No way am I even going to do it on the 250.
yeah. I wouldn't say I don't. I know it won't, because that's the whole fucking point of the Norden and the 890 Metro R. I know a Twin's not going to be, and we are talking outside of both of our capabilities here, just to be clear. That top end actual performance, like the Twins, were stock suspension. Twin's not doing what the 890 and the Norden can do. Nothing is doing what these can do. The suspension, that WEP Explorer, whatever is on my bike, because that's what that is. I mean, it's the best goddamn stock suspension you can buy on an adventure bike. I want to get good enough. One of my beginning of the year to do's very strongly is taking some classes and making sure that I am developing good habits, because I want to push. I want to get further. I want to go faster. I want to do the things, but I don't want to fucking die. So
Yeah.
it's a fine balance, guys. It's a fine balance. Ibex can what? Just the Ibex can. It's a really great marketing slogan, actually. Ibex can. Stock for stock, nothing compares to KTM Husky suspensions. Yeah, I mean, because it says Husky, I can agree. Guys, I know I have so much shit to eat. I know. But fucking A, if I didn't drink the Kool-Aid just a little bit. And I fucking hate it. I really do hate it. There's a lot of self-loathing that's happening in this process and experience. But also, Husky's not KTM, so. I will fucking die on this hill, wrong or not.
You want me to leave them out here for you?
No, they're not, because it's linkage suspension, so got them. I need to look and see if there's any suspension differences between the 890 Adventure R and the Norden. Is it time? Is it time for you to go, little fella?
It sounds like it's time for me.
You know what? She yelling at you? Are you in
No.
trouble?
She's getting the third dog out of her office.
Goddamn dogs. Why are they in her office? Didn't you build a whole shed for them?
Yeah, the two dogs.
Why'd you put them in her office?
One goes to the office shed with her, and the other two go to the kennel shed.
Oh, that's cute. I like that there's the dog and then the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? Look. Nobody even... Oh, no. God damn it. So earlier I was looking for this strip plug. And I said, hey, do you know where it's at? And she said, no. And then I found another one that I thought was that one. Literally the entire fucking afternoon. And you watched me just notice it. It's been sitting right here in front of me.
Right there
fucking in front of me
on your
on the goddamn desk.
Mobile desk.
I was staring off thinking about the 901. And then I was trying to snap back. And I tuned in. And I was like, oh, fuck. Found the strip plug. Well, there was another one over there, and I used it, so we're all good either way. Everything's fine. For fuck's sake. Guys, we're at an hour and 44 minutes. I think it's a suitable spot and time to wrap it up.
Yep. Where's the wrap it up song?
Norden 901. Norden 901. They don't have... Oh, here we go.
Camp Bromance. Which one?
It's really dramatic. Oh, actually, I do have a wrap it up song. I forgot to use it last month. I stole it from an old podcast I used to make, but I absolutely love it so much that I want to use it here. So, guys, don't forget, CoopvilleCoffeeRoasters.com if you want to get yourself some First Gear Grind. I promise you it's really delicious coffee. I wouldn't be putting my name on anything that I didn't actually want to enjoy. So
Like
go
my
get
tramp
some.
stamp?
That's not what I put on there. First Gear Grind, CoopvilleCoffeeRoasters.com. Go get yourself a bag. It's now $18. Sorry, went up $1. It's tariffs. Don't forget to have a Patreon, patreon.com/Tall Man Moto. If you want to go check that out and maybe support it even for the base price, I really appreciate it. All that money really does go towards useful things. I got a drone. I use the drone. Super excited to put that together with drone shots that I got at Gliffy. I'm going to need to update cameras soon, so I really got to push this Patreon thing because this shit's expensive. I love you all. I appreciate you all.
Love you all.
Thank you so much for being here. And guys, I do believe it's time to cue the live outro.
We're done.
That's enough out of you! Something tells me the show's over. That's enough. Goodbye.
We gotta turn the
Set
volume.
wrong. It's set wrong. We're going to do it one more time. One more time with the volume set right.
We're done.
That's enough out of you! Something tells me the show's over. That's enough. Goodbye.
Another job well done.